It's time once again for your update from the city of New Hope. Great chance to talk with the mayor once again, Kathi Hemken, to find out what you need to know in the city. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
Hi, Dave. It's always nice to talk to you.
Great to talk to you as well. We've got a lot going on in the city, so get your pencils and calendars out. You might want to write a few things down, including this first mention, Off-Broadway Musical Theater. They are back on stage and ready to perform. Tell us more about this group and the performances.
Well, this is the 51st year that they've performed in New Hope. That's pretty impressive. So this year they're doing The Sound of Music. It starts on the 19th of July, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and the following week until the 29th. Play starts at 8 o'clock. They're asking for a small donation when you come and some canned goods for the food shelf. Not necessary, but it's very helpful if you can bring those things with you. Be sure you bring a chair or blanket to sit on because we don't have bleachers anymore. You'd just be sitting on the grass, and it's nice to have a chair or a blanket to sit on. But it's a wonderful play, and it's always fun to see them do it.
It is a true New Hope tradition, so I hope to just get people out there. Let's talk about the Rave Awards. The clock is ticking to the deadline. Again, remind us what this is and how residents can nominate themselves or someone else.
Well, residential properties where they've put in some time and effort and money into redoing their properties or just keeping them up nicely can either nominate themselves or the neighbor can nominate them for this Rave Award. They've got 2 more weeks. They have until the 21st of July to nominate, and then all the nominations come in, and then we have a group that comes out to the houses and looks at them and picks the award winner. So this is a good time to congratulate your neighbors for the good job they're doing on their houses. And it's inside and outside renovations.
Fantastic. If you want more information, go to the New Hope website, newhopemn.gov. Let's switch to another website, which is kind of catchy here, Mayor. It is MNIMZE.org, MNIMZE.org. Give us a little background of what this is and what is happening.
The Minnesota Wastewise Foundation has started this campaign. And by the way, it's capital M, capital N, and then the IMIZE. What it is they're getting businesses to cut back or not use those one-time plastic disposables. So the containers, the forks, the knives, those kinds of things. At this point, they have 47 businesses that have signed up, and they claim that they have reduced 189,000 disposable pieces so far, with a savings of about $20,000. So if you're interested in doing that, there's a map online. You can go onto that website. There's a map to show you the businesses that are participating. And if you go to a restaurant that isn't participating, you might want to ask them if they want to do that.
All right, here's that website one more time. Take a look at that, find out what you might need to know to get someone encouraged to be involved. Scattered site housing, just a couple quick updates for residents this week. The first is 4965 Winnetka. Some information soon to go out about some work that your public safety folks are going to be doing at that house.
Oh, a lot of work is going to be done at that house. So first of all, the police department is going to do some training there with the SWAT team. So you'll see the SWAT vehicles or the police vehicles there. Basically, they're just in the house in the dark or just doing some training in the house. And then on October 7th, the West Metro Fire Department is planning to do a live burn there. Now, to do that, they've got to get lots and lots of permits and okays from people. So they're doing that now. Once they have those in place, they'll go to all the neighbors and talk to them about this burn so they know what's going on. We'll do a tree assessment. Any trees that look like they're going to be of any danger will come down, and then they'll just do it the one day. If it happens to rain that day, they're going to move it out to the 14th of October. So as time goes on, we'll let you know how that's going, and maybe if there's a website you can go to see. But we really love to have those training where they can actually start a fire and put it out. Now, just for people's information, all the hazardous materials have been removed, and the gas and the electric has been shut off. The wells have been sealed. So there's absolutely no danger once they start to do this fire. And then after they do this live burn, they will burn anything that's combustible at that point. And then we'll take the property and get a demolition team to come out. We'll do a contract with somebody. They'll come out, take down the house, we'll clear the land, and then we're going to do a lot split. So there'll be surveyors out there. After the lot split, then we'll sell those 2 lots to a developer who will put 2 houses up there. So lots going on there, and we'll keep you informed. You're going to hear about this for the next 2 or 3 months.
Very good. And we've heard a lot about this property coming up next, 5802 Boone. And speaking of demolition, a date has been set.
Hooray, hooray. It's coming down. The 17th of July, the demolition team will be there. They have a couple months to actually get it all down and get everything taken away. And then at that point, we'll put the land, we'll clear the land, and then we'll put it up for bids for a contractor to come in to build a house. So you're probably gonna see a house at the end of the year. A new
Couple more.
house.
Very good. Couple more dates for people's calendar with the business networking group. Again, remind us, Mayor, who this group is, and they're going to have a little fun at a date coming up here.
They are. New Hope and Crystal have combined their business networking groups. So the next meeting is on the 19th, and that will be at Pocket Square, 3 o'clock. And basically, that's just a get-together, socialized networking kind of thing. The next one after that will be August 2nd, and that'll be at 8:30 in the morning, and that'll be at New Hope City Hall. And you should get a report at that meeting about this MNIMZE program and how to get more involved in that.
Very good. And the other special guest, it looks like, is the Opus Music Academy, a great New Hope-based business. So you can find out more. To the police department, a quick update here, and something we've talked about in previous years, the Pink Patch program. Remind us what that is and how people can start paying attention.
Well, the police department in Rosemont or Roseville started this, and it's you can get a little button that you put on your little pelt or a bigger patch. And basically it's a police department patch that's pink, and it has a little pink ribbon on it. And they're $10, and all that money goes to breast cancer research. So they'll always be selling these at the police department, but they'll have a little bit more of a push in October, and they're getting ready for that push now.
All right. And a lot of us are thinking about barbecues at this time of the year, and we've got an idea for you to maybe have a barbecue with the police department. How does this work?
Well, the Crime Prevention Board, which is part of just volunteers, raised some money, and then they bought a trailer for Officer Callio, who then got his grill and puts it in the trailer, and he hauls it around to apartment complexes. But you have to call the police department and schedule that. And he will come out and cook hot dogs and hamburgers. And a lot of the police officers stop by for a hot dog, but they also stop by to talk to the residents.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't already and you have an apartment, either if you live there or you're the manager, call the police department. They'll come out and put this barbecue on for free for you. And you get a chance to meet the police officers, and it's just all part of our community development.
Yeah, great opportunity to get out and engage with the police. Public Works, we go in an area that's receiving a lot of attention, 42nd Avenue to Boone over to 169. Mayor, help us understand what's going on, and just help us be patient, if you will.
Well, I've been asked numerous times, why are they doing this all at once? And the reason is, well, 42nd is a county road, and the bridge going over 169 has been removed. And so this is the perfect time to do all that. It's a mess anyway, so it's a perfect time to do all this. So on 42nd Avenue, there'll be where Xylon is. That's where Hy-Vee and the fire department and City Hall and the pool. So you cannot get onto Xylon from 42nd. You'll have to come up Winnetka, go west on 45th, and then it kind of curves around. And that's how you'll get to all those the businesses and the pools. Mm-hmm. That's going to be closed at least all this week and maybe into next week. They're doing some utility stuff underneath the ground. And the other one that's closed is Boone and 42nd. You cannot turn, that intersection is completely closed. So if you need to get there, you're going to have to go from the south or from a different direction, but you just can't cross that intersection. Both of those, once they get the utilities done, the next part of it is actually doing mill and overlay on the street. So this isn't just going to be done this week. It's the utilities that are going to be done, and they're going to close. In the meantime, 42nd will be open to go east and west, but it'll be one lane going each way. And as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of backup traffic. Mm-hmm. So if you can find another way to go east and west, I suggest you do it. 36th, 49th, some other way, but try to stay off of 42nd if possible.
All right. From that news that might slow you down a little bit, let's go to some fun news from Park and Rec that might get the kids sped up a little bit here. Something called Playground Pals. Tell us a little bit about the fun that can be had by some youngsters in town.
Well, on Mondays and Wednesdays, this playground Pels shows up at a playground. And in July, it's going to be Terra Linda Park. And it's trying to get the times here.
Or is that at Holiday Park? Just to check here.
Well, it was at Holiday. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a Terra Linda. That's something else. It is at Holiday Park.
Okay.
And you can go into your In Motion. It'll tell you what times it's there. And if you need some financial help for that program, that information's in the In Motion also.
All right, keep this handy, and we'll talk a little bit about, let's jump right to that playground adventure van. So that is the one going to Terra Linda Park. Tell us about this van and what fun they bring to the community.
There's just fun everywhere. It's hard to keep track.
Yes, I think so.
They will be at Terra Linda Park from 9:30 to 11:30 on Monday and Wednesday. That's a free program. The kids can just show up. They have games, and they just help the kids have fun. So if you're in the area on Monday and Wednesday for the rest of the month of July, go to Terra Linda Park.
In our updates, we've been spending some time in Park and Rec talking about the emerald ash borer and the ash trees. Mayor, what's the latest update, and what are the crews doing right now?
Well, you know, the ash trees that are on public property, that would be the golf course around the pool, on the boulevards, they're spray painting them orange, big dots. Those are the ones that'll be taken down. A lot of them have been already. There's a lot more to go. But at the golf course, they've been grinding the stumps. So kind of noisy there, but they're getting those stumps all ground, and then they take the wood chips, put the back of the hole, and what doesn't fit, they take and put it at Public Works. So lots of stuff going on at the golf course. Speaking of the golf course, there's open golf, but you do have to call to get a tee time because there's leagues most mornings and then the afternoons, but the evenings there's not a lot of leagues going. So call and get a tee time to play there. The course is just beautiful.
All right, get out there and play. Let's talk about the ice arena. Take us inside for a few minutes to tell us what's happening in that great building.
So there's no camps this week. Those camps will start up again next week. These are the goaltending camps and the shooter camps and the skating camps and things like that. So that'll be starting up next week. In the meantime, they're busily putting up the advertisements on the dasher boards on the South Rink and just doing general maintenance.
And then they're also looking ahead, I understand, to fall and winter. We don't want to talk about it, but they are planning and scheduling things now for later in the year, right?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's enough about that. It is happening, trust us.
It is happening, and they need a long time in advance to do all that because, of course, the hockey teams want to make sure that they have playable ice and practice ice around. So they do that, but summer just started, and already they're planning for fall and winter.
That building is in very high demand, as is the aquatic park. How is the swimming going, the fun outside going?
Lots of stuff going. It seems that pool is always open. Well, they have the water walkers in the mornings, and they also have the adult lap swimmers in the morning. And then when that is done, they open the pool, but they also have the swim lessons going on. So it seems like about 9 o'clock in the morning, the pool starts getting active, and it stays active. So during the week, it's open from noon to 8, and then on weekends from 11 to 7, except this coming weekend. So the pool will be closed to the public from the 14th to the 16th. And the reason for that is when we built the pool in the 50-meter part of the pool, the swimming lap pools, we got some money from the swim club. And in exchange for that, we gave them a weekend. Well, we didn't give it to them. We actually rented to them at a pretty high price, but we pretty much reserved that weekend for the regional swim meet. So that's why it's closed. That's the weekend that they have the meet.
All right, good to know. Now we want to spend a couple minutes to shine a spotlight on a department you may not hear much about, but they do so much behind the scenes. Mayor, tell us about the finance department.
Well, this is from a person, me, who doesn't balance her checkbook because I can't figure that out. It just seems so. This is the group that does all the accounts receivable, accounts payable. They collect any money that comes in. They make the bank deposits. They are just constantly doing that day-to-day financial stuff that we all do. But we have a department that does that, and they do it so nicely and seamlessly that we don't even notice, but they're there, and thanks for them being there. They're the ones that get the payroll out on time, too.
They are loved by employees and by all. And they get some great reports on a larger scale on a regular basis. A couple final notes to pass along. You have a recap of a big event that went on, the 25th anniversary of West Metro Fire Rescue District. How was that big event?
Well, 25 years ago, New Hope and Crystal joined together, and that became the West Metro Fire Rescue District. Well, they were having their 25th anniversary last week. It was a huge success. They had fire demonstrations. The kids could crawl all over the fire engines. They were showing off their new fire engine that they just got. But just some things the kids could be active in. They had closed off the street, but they couldn't. Nobody could turn on Xylon anyway, so that was a perfect time to have it. Big success. It was really nice to be there.
All right, hats off to the fire department. And one more item for your calendar as we look ahead. August 1st, a date to remember, because that is Night to Unite, and a chance for residents to get together and chat, and also maybe a visit from the mayor, right?
Well, you should register if you're going to have a Night to Unite party, you should register that. We'll make sure that we try to get people out to as many parties as they can. At the bottom of the registration form, and you can get it online, by the way, at the bottom of the form, it asks if you want anyone to come and visit. They pretty much schedule all of the people that are coming to visit. So if you want, I travel with the fire chief, or I'm sorry, the police chief and the city manager. So if you'd like to meet our new city manager, put that on the form. There's a chance that we'll be by to talk to you and just see what's going on and maybe have a cookie or two.
Sounds good. And you can, again, register online, as the mayor mentioned. newhopemn.gov is that website to get that done. Well, that's the update for today, but stay with us. We've got to look at some events that are coming up in the very near future in the city. And again, remember, Off-Broadway Musical Theater. Get out and enjoy the show. Mayor, thanks again for your time. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave.
Learn more about The Connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.